What's going on, college football fans? Today we're going to be talking about the Heisman hopeful quarterbacks in the Pac-12, as well as the scariest thing about Shedeur Sanders. So let's get into this today. We're going to be talking about some stats today. I know a lot of people like stats. So here's an overlooked important stat. Shedeur Sanders right now is the most sacked quarterback in the nation. He's been sacked 25 times compared to his counterparts. In 5 games, Caleb Williams has been sacked 8 times. Bo Nix has been sacked 3 times. Michael Penix Jr. sacked 1 time in 5 games. Shedeur Sanders has been sacked 25 times. On average, Shedeur Sanders has been sacked 5 times per game. And that's an interesting fact because he is still ranked number 2 in the nation in total passing yards, only under Michael Penix, who has only been sacked 1 time in 5 games. So let's get this straight, folks. With one of the worst pass protecting offensive lines in the nation, he's not only second in his conference in total passing yards, but he's second in the nation out of all quarterbacks. That's a scary thought to ponder. You see, you have to consider that a quarterback of his caliber, each time you allow him to have time in the pocket, is an opportunity for him to score. He's that much of a threat in the pocket. So conversely, if he's allowed to make these throws where he's been sacked, those are potential touchdowns that have been taken off the board. So now you consider that he's on average being sacked 5 times a game and being hurried. You got to consider that if some of those plays were given back to him, imagine what his total yardage in passing would be. How many touchdowns would he have if he had the proper protection? I mean, take, for instance, Michael Penix Jr. The guy has played 5 games and only been sacked 1 time. I mean, how many big plays has Shedeur been robbed of because he's been pressured, hurried, and sacked numerous times in 1 game? And I know a lot of people say that's coulda, woulda, shoulda. And to a certain degree, that's true. But at the same time, the stats don't lie. We see what he's doing, and he's doing it with less. So, in essence, he's doing the same things that Caleb Williams is doing, but he's doing it with less pass protection. He's doing it being hurried. He's doing it being sacked. That in and of itself is an amazing feat. I myself can't wait to see what Shedeur Sanders does when his offensive line play is on par with the other quarterbacks that I mentioned in the Heisman race. Because say what you will about Shedeur Sanders and Colorado and Coach Prime, one thing you can't do is take away his stats. In closing, I have this to say. Any rational sports fan who can see these stats right displayed in front of you, while we can't take anything away from the other quarterbacks that are doing so well this year, one thing is for certain. What Shedeur Sanders has displayed with such poor line play sets him apart from all of the other quarterbacks mentioned in the Heisman race.